Once again, we had to come live twice on the 222 date. We thought it was fitting to come live one more time. Thank you guys. We have another quick update for you guys. So Joe Biden, Joe is running the show and he is right on time, arriving at the podium to address the nation at exactly 2:22, 2 p.m. this afternoon. Joe Biden addressing the nation, announcing sanctions against Russia, arriving right on time, exactly 2 p.m. 2:22 on the 2:22 date. Let's get the deep dive breakdown on that, which if we look here, order out of chaos in Gematria is 222 in the reverse ordinal cipher. If you don't know what that is, just Google Gematria, take a look, understand it. Understand that these people operate through codes, symbols, and we try to break it down for you here. Donnie Darko, huge shout out to him on Twitter. He's been just killing the deep dives. I wanted to kind of share with you guys what this Pluto alignment with America is going to be all about. He says, remember, Pluto brings destruction and rebirth. Right now is the time for destruction, and we are definitely seeing that. Later on will be the rebirth of a new world order led by the beast, order out of chaos. Do not think for 1 second this isn't happening. Time's up, my friends. That is the update from Donnie Darko. And this guy thinks that Trump is going to be that chosen AC. I'm not even going to say the words, but he thinks that Trump's a bad guy. We'll be watching it closely, but we do know that their motto is order out of chaos, the 222 reverse ordinal cipher. Yeah, that's going to give you the gematria number right there. And today is the date. Things are underway. The timeline is being confirmed. Now let's bring it back to crypto, because I know you guys get offended. Keep your politics out of it, bro. Stick to crypto, bro. I do not choose ignorance, but if that's the path that you want to lead down, be my guest. I don't care. Let's get into crypto, though. London Stock Exchange has acquired a Bitcoin and crypto trading system, Tora, for $325 million. So these stock exchanges are getting ready to trade crypto. Wall Street's getting ready to offer crypto trading to their clients. If we continue on, here we got another great headline from Blockworks, the Bitcoin maxis. They say breaking, Thailand Stock Exchange to allow trading with Bitcoin and crypto. They can't just say they're going to allow trading with crypto. It's got to be Bitcoin and crypto. At least they included the rest of the space this time instead of saying that it's just about Bitcoin. But here you guys go. Let's take a look here. We have the Thailand Stock Exchange getting ready to trade crypto. We have the London Stock Exchange getting ready to trade crypto. We've already seen Wall Street here in America making their moves, getting ready. Now, we need to talk about the Federal Reserve here. I just saw this tweet retweeted by Daniel DiMartini Booth. The Fed, this person, whoever this is, says, the Fed used home prices to stimulate growth. They will now use them to tame it. It is their best lever. Now, I don't dismiss what the Fed is doing, and I see many people, especially in the crypto space, these immature kids, they really just discount what the Federal Reserve is doing, and I just think that they don't understand how much of an impact the Federal Reserve has. Now, of course, it's not taught in school, so many people don't know what the Federal Reserve does and how they impact monetary policy, fiscal policy here in America. But I believe this because if you actually take a look, we didn't fix any of the problems from the '08 mortgage financial crisis. We just perpetuated that and we inflated it even more. So the Fed uses home prices to stimulate growth. Now they will use them to tame it. How do they do that? What exactly is their lever moving? Well, that's going to be the interest rates. The interest rate hikes are what's going to be that lever to actually move the real estate market. Now, we see something similar over in China, obviously, with the Evergrande situation. Evergrande being the largest real estate developer in the country. So the systemic risk from real estate into other sectors cannot be discounted. And I do believe that the Fed is going to end this party next month for us. This person also says, if you think the Fed can afford to give a rat's ass about stocks, you are kidding yourself. Inflation needs to be fixed yesterday, and a correction in the market is the least of their worries when it comes to the fallout. essentially saying that the Federal Reserve doesn't care. And why would they, after we just saw the Federal Reserve ban themselves from trading stocks and cryptos? So they sell the top, and then they ban themselves, and they act like they're good guys. They're our friends, doing the right thing by banning themselves from trading it right before they're about to raise interest rates and end tapering and pull the rug on this economy, crash the stock market. As we see the stock exchanges are getting ready to trade crypto, right? They're about to just tank the traditional stock market space, and that's why I stay out of it. I'm not in the stocks at all. Now, in regards to the convoy here in America, we have this report coming out of DC that the National Guard troops have been requested for possible DC trucker protests. This is from NBC Washington. We'll see what happens here. You know, I'm worried about this convoy here in America because I do believe that we're going to have some bad actors infiltrate these groups. What happens is in these movements, this isn't just limited to America. You saw it in Canada. You see it all across the world. It's the classic move. You have a legitimate protest, legitimate concerns. The people are fed up, and the government and or bad actors will infiltrate that protest, and they're going to cause some issues. So we're going to be watching this one closely because I am concerned. Yeah, you guys know what the deal is. You guys are really awake and tapped in. You guys know what I'm talking about. Now, we got to talk about this too. We have the Gateway Pundit reporting that Trudeau's justice minister says banks may proactively freeze accounts that attempt to withdraw all funds to preserve the stability of the financial institutions. So, Justin, what are you doing, my friend? The whole world is watching you, okay? And we know who you are. We know where you come from. We're watching you, Justin. Canada, we stand with you. We're watching this one closely, Justin. Okay. He's going to ban and freeze accounts that attempt to withdraw all their funds to preserve the stability of the financial institution. The collapse is here. I mean, this is the collapse of the existing financial system. This is where things really fall apart. This is where things really fall apart. I'm going to get into my market update where I think the price is going to go at the end. But this is the moment that we were waiting for. Now, I do not think that we're about to head into the bear market. I don't think that the collapse is like here this week, but it's coming. It's coming. The arrival of Pluto today, I think, is getting the stars aligned. Everything's in motion, right? Complete alignment. Everything is connected. And order out of chaos is the motto, just how we started out this one. Now, here we have a continued story here with the Ethereum BS that's going on. We have Laura Shin, who's a Bitcoin maxi, Ethereum maxi, proof of work maxi. Laura Shin has a new book that she's dropping, and from TAIG XRP says, I haven't read Laura Shin's book yet, but there are countless cryptographers, forensic computer analysts, coders, hackers, or whatever you want to call them, and Laura Shin was the one to release who the hacker was in her new book, Who's Selling. Exactly. So this is about, she says that she knows who did the Ethereum hack. I don't know what that was, last year. Was that a year ago, 2 years ago? But apparently Laura Shin is the one who figured out who the hacker was. She knows who it is. Kind of like this recent Bitcoin hack. We had the rapper girl and some other nerd, the ones that committed the $3.6 billion Bitcoin heist. Yeah, just like Digital Asset Investor says, if you believe that story, I got an igloo to sell you in Georgia, right? These people are unbelievable, and it's just so corrupt. All the way from the very top, Laura Shin just being a proof of work maxi shill. Whatever. No respect. Can't respect it. The Swiss authorities were even notified of the Ethereum pre-sale price manipulation. Also, how was the SEC so extremely well informed as to what happened during the hack? So exactly, guys, the government is just completely in bed with these blockchains, Bitcoin and Ethereum, the proof of work parade that we've been living through, right? If it's not on Bitcoin or Ethereum, it doesn't happen. Just like Blockworks here. Right, yeah, Blockworks. Everything has to have Bitcoin in the headline. even though the bill says nothing about Bitcoin, it's just about virtual currencies. They make every single news article about Bitcoin, right? The story continues with these people, and it's just a load of BS is what it is. Now, continuing on with the BS, as I've been saying, this case is over. Here we have John Deaton. Huge shout out to John Deaton. Prediction. The case against Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson is over. It was over the day it was filed. As I've been saying, they never had a case, guys. There's no way the SEC can meet its burden. The SEC must prove the two executives had actual knowledge XRP was a security or was reckless in not knowing. So clearly they're not going to meet that when they had the memo, the legal memo from Perkins Coie, of all people, stating that XRP would not be a security if they did the following, and that's exactly how they did it. It was gifted to Ripple. They never had a case, guys. In order to prove recklessness, the SEC must prove a reasonable person would have known. Sorry, I can't even speak. Too much caffeine today. Thank you for coming in. In order to prove recklessness, the SEC must prove a reasonable person would have known XRP was a security because it was so clear and obvious to anyone at that time. Let's review some of the evidence. On October 2012, Perkins Coie memo, it concluded XRP was not a security. Second piece of evidence. Until April 2018, the SEC allowed staff, including enforcement lawyers, to trade and own crypto, including XRP, without restrictions. Third piece of evidence. On June 13, 2018, SEC legal memo analyzing XRP is a security. SEC enforcement lawyers do not conclude XRP is a security because there's no enforcement recommendation made. Fourth piece of evidence. June 14, 2018, Hinman speech. Hinman said Ethereum is no longer a security because it's sufficiently decentralized. Since it can be argued that XRP ledger is at least as decentralized, if not more, and we know it is decentralized more than Ethereum and Bitcoin, it's reasonable to believe ongoing sales of XRP from 2018 forward were lawful. Fifth piece of evidence. August 20th, 2018, meeting between Joel Katz, Brad Garlinghouse, with Jay Clayton and Hinman. Brad yells out, "Ripple's in purgatory because of the lack of clarity over XRP." Neither Clayton nor Hinman informed Garlinghouse or Ripple that they or the SEC believe XRP is a security. For those who don't remember, I've talked about this one for a while. Back in 2018, we have the meeting. Jay Clayton, the head of the SEC at the time, and I didn't know that Bill Hinman was in on that speech as well, but Joel Katz, that's David Schwartz, CTO of Ripple, and Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, went and met with Jay Clayton in 2018, 2 years before the lawsuit was announced. And this is why we call it the most staged lawsuit in the history of the world. So many other crypto. I can't even look at the TikTok comments these days, guys. These people don't have the slightest clue of the currency war that is underway. I don't care about these other cryptos, guys. I don't care at all. You guys are doing nothing. Your cryptos solve no problems, have no utility. And at best, they're boring as hell. Sixth piece of evidence. Coinbase goes to the SEC in January 2019 and informs the SEC it has concluded XRP is not a security and plans listing XRP the following month. The SEC said nothing to discourage Coinbase, and XRP was listed in February of 2019. So to remind everyone, XRP hit its all-time high last bull run without being listed on Coinbase or any of the other major exchanges. Never forget. Never forget. Crypto should be seen as a whole. Yeah, I mean, the rest of the space you could lump into one bucket of Ponzi schemes that aren't solving any real problems. XRP stands alone because it actually has the chance to replace the US dollar as a reserve currency. It has the chance to be a major protocol that runs the new financial system. So in that regard, it doesn't compare to the whole of crypto. Another piece of evidence from January 1st, 2020, Ballard Inc., a financial investment firm, filed an ethics declaration with the SEC, assuring the SEC that Ballard would only trade digital assets generally accepted in the financial industry as non-securities: Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. So, guys, the evidence is just, it's too much to even cover. I could just spend 12 hours covering evidence in the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit, and I still wouldn't even get through half of it. This thing stinks to high heaven. John Deaton says, in summary, the 2012 Perkins-Coie opinion letter destroyed the SEC's chances of proving Garlinghouse and Larson actually believed XRP was a security. If SEC enforcement lawyers, the experts who determine what is or isn't a security, couldn't make the case XRP was definitely a security as late as 2018, there's no way it can prove Larson and Garlinghouse were reckless in 2013 or beyond. In fact, Ripple can prove the opposite by showing that it wasn't even obvious to the SEC that XRP was a security by offering this evidence. 1. The SEC's own enforcement lawyers couldn't make the case in 2018. 2. The Hinman speech provided reason to believe XRP was in the clear. 3. Clayton and Hinman didn't communicate XRP was a security during meetings until 4 months before the lawsuit. 4. The SEC allowed its staff to own or trade XRP without restrictions up until 2019. And 5. It allowed MoneyGram to sell XRP to retail holders through exchanges. Thus, Garlinghouse and Larson can prove they didn't believe XRP was a security. They can also prove the SEC wasn't convinced XRP was a security. The final nail in the SEC's proverbial case is proving that most independent market participants believed. You prove that by offering the Coinbase and Ballard evidence. Coinbase, with its sophisticated securities lawyers, concluded in 2019 that XRP was not a security and communicated that fact to the SEC and then proceeded to list XRP. Ballard, a typical market participant, was very concerned about digital assets potentially being unregistered securities and therefore made clear to the SEC it would only trade digital assets generally accepted within the industry as non-securities, XRP. The defense rests. This case is over. Just like James Rule XRP says, back up the truck, just like I did today. No, I refuse to live in fear. I'm not buying this media headline scare tactic story. I backed up the truck today. Not financial advice. I backed up on the truck. Just like Rosie Rio says, the train has left the station. All aboard. Now, I want to get into this. I liked what Tony Edward, Thinking Crypto, had to say here. Prediction. The President of the United States crypto executive order will not be anything bad. Just a mandate to have government agencies work together on studying to presenting potential laws. This will trigger Bitcoin's retracement and then alt season. Bears will get wrecked within a month. So he's talking about the retracement to the upside, right? Retracement back to the upside for Bitcoin. He just interviewed BC Backer. So he dropped this right after he interviewed BC Backer. So that does line up exactly with the narrative. And like I've been saying too, right? The whole narrative, everything that we're putting together lines up with that fractal that BC Backer has been on. I do believe that we're going to see a deviation from that. And we already have started to see a deviation from that fractal. We won't follow it exactly, but I think it's going to be really close. And the world events, everything that's lining up, the executive order, I do believe that it's lining up perfectly. And this executive order, I do agree, is not going to be anything bad. It's just going to be some BS hogwash, something for Joe Biden, Joe, who's running the show, to take the stage and act like he's doing something. That's all this is going to be. And I do think that could actually potentially trigger the market to actually move back up. Basically, all the fear in the space over Russia, everything going on. Then we get the executive order. And then I think that we'll be in the clear and we'll be moving back up to the upside here shortly. So I'm excited to see that. But I wanted to keep this update quick. I appreciate you guys for coming in tonight. I am about to go do my weekly live call. Weekly live call in my Discord group. If you want access to that, it is linked over at zachrector.com. Just head to zachrector.com. You can get into the Discord group, and we do our weekly live calls Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Then we also have our DeFi deep dive coming up on Thursday. So we're going to be going hard into DeFi. I respect all projects. Johnny, I get what you're saying, man. Yeah, I respect any project that has legitimate partnerships, legitimate utility, and is actually solving real world problems. And then I want to get behind teams that are actually like high class individuals, high performance individuals that actually get things done. And or, you know, the best example is Ripple getting the former treasurer of the United States to join their board of directors at Ripple. No one else in the crypto space has someone like that on their board, not even close. So yes, I will respect other cryptos. I'll take a look at them. 9 out of 10 do not get me excited, and 9 out of 10 are not solving any real world problems. So that's the problem. That is the problem. Thank you guys. Yeah, thank you for coming in. So is your position a retracement in the downtrend, which plays out as a bull trap, then a big move to the downside in a bear market run? Let's go back to Twitter here. We'll pull up the BC Backer fractal. It's not going to follow this exactly. It's not going to follow this exactly. I do think that we still could have one more fear event. To summarize, I'm looking for one more big bomb drops. You know, something happens over with the world stage events, one more big scare event, but I think we're already close to peak fear in terms of what's taking place over in Russia, Ukraine. We might still see a little bit more action, but yeah, I think that we're going to move back up to the upside here. And I just, it's so frustrating to explain this because people get confused. And I understand, you know, you guys are just trying to figure out what's happening next. You know, can I buy the dip? I was saying all month that we were going to bottom out around the full moon, and that's basically what we did. And that we were going to move back to the upside after we got past the full moon, which we did. Now we're expecting to move back to the upside to finish off this month into March. But I hate giving you, it's so hard because, guys, the fractal won't match exactly. It doesn't need to match exactly, okay? You need to not get greedy if we do catch an alt season. The alt season is not guaranteed, but the fractal is lining up perfectly. This is it right here. So as you can see, we did not hit that double bottom earlier. We deviated. We were going to hit a double bottom just a couple weeks after we hit that 33K level. We should have hit another double bottom if we were following it exactly, but we didn't. We deviated going back up to the upside, but as you can see, we're following this thing really, really close. So relatively speaking, if we follow something similar here, we're going to be going up into March, and we'll have finished off this alt season by the end of March into April. So that's your timeline. As far as price movements, I bought today. If the price drops to 50 cents, I'll buy again. If we miss the alt season run and we never catch a bull run for XRP and we go back down to 20 cents, I'm going to leverage everything in my life to buy XRP. Not financial advice. So I don't know what else other to say than that. You know, if you don't have your bags packed, dollar cost average, right? Continue to acquire while we can. But other than that, I'm not buying anything. The XRP and XLM, I did buy some XDC lately, bought more XLM last week, and I bought XRP today. So that's where we're at. That is where we are at. Let's do one last price check before we hop off here. About to hop into the weekly live call over in Discord though. Okay, Bitcoin's back up to 38K, Ethereum 2600, XRP 71. Yeah. So we're holding. That's the thing, is we're at peak fear. I don't think that people can get much more scared. I mean, we could have some major false flag pop off that could maybe bring us down. The markets opened up today, so we were waiting for kind of a rough start to the day. And that's kind of what happened over the last 24 hours. But maybe that second bottom came in for Bitcoin yesterday. I mean, we went back down to what, 36 briefly? That might have been it. Yeah, we were down at 36.5 basically is what we went down to yesterday. So we'll see what happens here. But yeah, my point with that is basically if you don't have more than 10,000 bucks to invest, don't worry, just dollar cost average. You know, regardless, guys, what are you going to do? Buy today, buy tomorrow. If it dips 50%, you'll be able to buy more for cheaper. If we go into this alt run, don't get greedy. You need to take profits because this story's coming to an end. This party's coming to an end. The punch bowl is not getting refilled. That's basically the perfect metaphor for what we're living through. We're at a party, everyone's drunk and happy. The Federal Reserve has been loading up the punch bowl, right? They just keep dumping in the sauce, right? And this has been a strong punch bowl at this party. You guys are freaking drunk, most of you. But the party's over. The Fed's telling us that they're not. They topped it off one last time, and now they're done. So when the hangover wears off, it's going to be a rough awakening for us here in America. So we have a few more songs left in the playlist. We have a little bit left to go. You have a final chance to make a move on that girl that you've been waiting to make the move, but you're living in fear because you think that, well, you're just confused right now with the headlines and the media. So you're not making any moves. You're scared to take action. In this metaphor, you're scared to go ask the girl out. You're scared to close the deal because you're not a closer, you're not a finisher. So you're going to tuck your tail between your legs and you're going to go home crying, hungover. I'm just playing with you guys. I appreciate you guys for coming in tonight. We'll watch this one closely. Kay, I'm going to head on over into my Discord for the weekly live call. I appreciate all of you guys so much. We're going to go deep into what I think's happening in our Discord live call tonight. Really looking forward to it. We have a deep dive on DeFi on Thursday. Appreciate you guys for coming in. We'll see you guys in the next one. Take care and God bless. Thank you.